Good evening, guys. Welcome to the Man United Agenda. We're doing a preview show for Manchester United versus Sociedad. Welcome to the Man United Agenda. My name is Omundi Juma, and I'm joined by my co-host. That is Mr. B. Mr. B, you're smiling, you're happy. What's tickling you?
You know, I just Man United just making me smile, man. I have nothing to be upset about on Monday. My team's winning. So yeah, I walk around with this Cheshire cat smile on my face when I think about Man United. So yeah, that's the reason for the grin.
We're on the up, and we're going to talk today about Real Sociedad. They're one team that got the winner against us early in the group stages, the first game, when the manager did try to make some changes, which that's the big talking point today. We're going to Spain. We did discuss the other day about playing in Spain. Man United don't have the best record in Spain, but recently we beat Villarreal there in the Champions League, didn't we? And a couple of Celta Vigo and Sociedad were beaten 4-0 at their ground a couple of years ago in the Europa League. So it's all about Man United today and going to Spain. And one person I want to shout out is Bath Time with Vaughan. He will be at the game at Sociedad. That's what I love about our Man United community. We get a lot of players, a lot of people going to games as well. And this one's going trip abroad to the Basque region, northern Spain, to watch Man United versus Real Sociedad. So first of all, guys, just want to talk about our sponsor. As you know, we're sponsored by GMS, that's Global Mapping Surveys, and they assist architects, property developers, and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, that's a special one for us, and 3D laser scanning and monitoring as well. So the link will be in the description, guys. Quickly, just say hi to Brush. You got your popcorn out. Thanks for tuning in. Bobby K's here as well. Big G represented. HG Gamers here. They'd like to see 4-2-3-1. Casemiro, Ericsson, and Fred press the machine, and Van der Beek in midfield, and with Rashford and Ronaldo as the two forwards. We'll say hi to the evening to Matthew Bassett, Stuart Marshall as well. And who else we got? Yes, we got Bill Baggio and MUFC in the house as well. So Matthew Bassett saying, Sociedad are missing a lot of players. We should take advantage of this. Yes, Matthew Bassett, you should be a sort of research for us, because I've been doing my research today. Yeah, and I've just found that out. So there we go. So Mr. B, over to you. We're going to start with, because we made this show really kind of short, but we're going to start with Solo's 11. Okay? So I'm going to read it out because we haven't got the graphic today. But you guys in the comments, think about it. We got Aston Villa away at the weekend. How important is this game to come top of the group? We will discuss that in a minute. But I'm going to read out to you Solo's 11. And people, does cause a lot of controversy, doesn't it, using Mr. B with his 11?
Yeah.
I expect much from this. All right, here we go. De Gea in goal. Dalot, Maguire, Martinez and Shaw. Casemiro, Fred, naturally. Antony, Fernandes, Rashford and Ronaldo. So same back four as the weekend. Casemiro and Fred starting with Fernandes, who's going to be missing the game against Villa. Rashford, Ronaldo and Antony up top. That's the team, guys, from our very own Solo. Any thoughts on that, Mr. B?
Yeah, Fred doesn't play. Ericsson has to play. I'm not starting Fred. I'm not playing Fred in the game ahead of Ericsson. It's a game we need to win. And I'm just not sure that Fred can offer us that in a game of such importance. So no, the only thing I would change, Maguire, yeah, he probably will play. I would rather play Lindelof just because of the style of play. I think he suited West Ham with Scamacca and Antonio. I think we're going to be playing a team who's going to be a bit more technical. So I would choose Lindelof over Maguire just for that reason. Is what I would be saying. So the Fred one's a weird one for me. I'm not sure why Solo's gone Fred central midfield instead of Ericsson. Players need a rest, yeah, granted, but they're gonna have a 4-week rest in the World Cup when the World Cup comes. So,
Yeah.
you know, we shouldn't be worrying about their form going into the World Cup or what state they're going to be in. They don't care about what they do when we play. So I would rather we play them, not playing them until they drop. That's the wrong expression. But play them as much as we need them. I think it's more than, you know, that you would like to. Still play them. Still play them.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think the side. Look, this is what we have to determine. Do we really, really want this game? How badly does he want to top the group? And we have to beat them by 2 clear goals away from home. And Sociedad are usually a good team, as we saw at Old Trafford. They sort of did control long periods of the game. As typically these Spanish teams, they do have good possession. But as Matthew Bassett pointed out, they are on their knees with injuries. They lost the last 2 games in the league as well. So they are on their knees, and I think we need to take advantage. And I would start with our strongest side, regardless of the weekend. So Fred, like you, Mr. B, would not be my side. Stuart Marshall saying here, Fred should be captain, Mr. B, he's saying to you. And Bill Badger saying, I can't believe I'm going to say this. We might be better off setting off to a long ball and counter-attack them, which means Maguire plays. Matthew Bassett was just asking, does Maguire fit into the current system Ten Hag has implemented? I think yes, most certainly he does.
You would know what do.
I certainly do, and I can explain why. But we'll get onto that maybe later. Let's move on to because a lot of people are commenting now. This is the key thing that I wanted to discuss today, Mr. B. The importance of qualifying top. Now, do you want to just explain to everyone? I'm sure everyone knows about this, about how the Champions League filters down to the Europa League and what happens next, and who comes top, who comes second, and just what second place that team has to do.
Yeah, we come second. We play the team who drops out of the Champions League. That's an extra 2 games. My thing with that is that then gets rid of our league game. We'll probably play the league game on one of the days, the Thursday, or maybe we can play it that week because we haven't got a game. Maybe it'll be a Wednesday then. We can play our league game and get that game in hand. Say in hand, but you know, our league game out of the way. Also, I think it'll show how much the team has improved and how much Ten Hag has realised. Because I still believe that first game has cost a lot of players European game time, messing up that first league game. I mean, look, we had Sheriff. We shouldn't have to play a team, you know, of that level against a team like Sheriff in both games. Sheriff and what's the other one that we played? Ammonia.
Yeah.
I think that we shouldn't have had to play teams so strong, but because that first game was done, we didn't have any wriggle room. So I feel I'm confident. I'm confident tomorrow, even with Solo's team. If it gets put out, I'm still quite confident.
I think the key thing is, the manager's already said this. A lot of fans are saying this as well. We don't want to play extra games. I want to come on to a comment here from Matthew Bassett, and he's just spelling it out for us. Is if we need to top the group, finish the seconds means we play the Champions League dropouts. And there's some big names in those dropouts at the moment. We know that. There's a few teams there that we questionable. Barcelona, Ajax, Juventus, maybe Spurs tonight if they don't win their game. It could be difficult. Also, HD Gamers saying Maguire may be the only centre back available as he was at the weekend because Lindelof maybe is still ill. MUFC saying De Gea, Delo, Lindelof, Martinez, Shaw, McTominay. He puts McTominay in. Ericsson, Casemiro. Okay, no Bruno. Antony, Sancho, and Rashford. That's a pretty strong side as well.
So is MUFC thinking about the United game? Because I see there was no Bruno in this one. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think someone's missing. I think Bruno should play because he won't be playing at the weekend. So you've got to get run out. You agree?
I think Bruno should be playing. I really think Bruno should be playing. I'm like you. I think we should go strong on Monday until the game is done. The game doesn't get done, then it's just one of those things. It's only not saying it's only Villa, but they would have to improve an awful lot to give us. Look, we don't look too far ahead, and you don't want to count your chickens. But I just feel that we need to go strong, really strong.
What do you think of this? MUFC saying bring Martial in second half if he's fit. Any update? Because you're his favourite fan, aren't you? Any
Yeah,
update on Martial?
yeah, he's back in training. He's back in training. I know that makes the France manager very happy. I've had this conversation before. We need Martial to be fit for us for the remainder of the season. And if it meant that he wasn't called up to the World Cup, I wouldn't have an issue with that. If he goes, it gives him more game time for us. And the fact that France are losing, I mean, they've lost Pogba, they've lost Kante. All right, Martial's a different position, but that's another star that can fill a gap. Not in midfield. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he's going to play centre midfield, but it's somebody else maybe he can add to the squad. So if Martial's available to play, then yeah, I'm definitely giving Martial maybe half an hour in line thinking about
you say that because
the Villa
he
game.
came back from injury before and he got injured again, didn't he? So we have to sort of like wrap him up in cotton wool because he does seem like a vital player for us this season. And like you said, the French manager seems to appreciate him as well. Paul Tierney saying, "Hi guys, hope all is well. Yeah, we're great, thanks. You need to go at this lot and get them back for the controversial winner against that farce. It drove me mad, that result. So obviously we want to get a return." Links back on them. It was a tough game to take, really, to lose, because we went out there, like you said, Mr. B, with a weaker side. Emma saying I would like to keep Antony out of this game so he can get fully fit. MUFC saying I think
is he really injured?
Time out. I think
you think he was really injured, or do you think that was?
I think he's injured. I would say he's injured.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Bill Badger saying Bruno looked bollocks against West Ham. Bench him, use him if we need him. And I'll start with this is Tasty Gamers team. De Gea, Martinez, Lindelof, 2 centre backs. Shaw, who's right back? I don't know who's right back. Shaw,
must be
Casemiro.
Dalot. It's gonna have to be Dalot.
Ericsson. Okay, that's 1, 2.
No.
Yeah, that's Dalot then. All right. Bruno has already started nearly all the games this season. There you go. All right, that's fair enough. So look, guys, this game is important. And let's go on to Real Sociedad because look, we did endure what they did. They came to our ground and beat us. Let's talk about Real Sociedad. The key thing, as Matty said, they got 7 first-team players out at the moment. They lost the last 2 games in the league because of this. They're really short at the moment. I'll tell you how they play. They play a 4, 1 pivot player, 3 and 2 up front. That's how they tend to play. David Silva's usually that guy in the hole or in there around there. So it's 3 compact midfielders in the middle of the park. The width has got to come from the fullbacks for them. But obviously with the possession play they play, they're very hard to break down, very centrally. So I'm thinking maybe we have to beat them wide or stretch them out because they play with 3 central midfielders and they're not wingers basically. Their forward guys will be hustling, depending on what sort of block, what kind of high line they play, or how far they're going to press us. But they're a very compact team, and they're actually 5th at the moment in La Liga. Barcelona, Real Madrid sort of running away with it. Then you've got Atletico Madrid, and they're a point behind them with Seville and Celta. I think someone else is up there. So they're in the mix for a Champions League place, which is La Liga is still a good league, and you have to take them seriously because they're not no mugs. But the key thing here is if we ever got an opportunity to beat this team, it should be with 7 injuries. David Silva's out, for example. Sadiq is out. Muno. We've got Kubo out. There's a lot of players out here, man. There's 7 injuries out. So there's a lot to worry about. Their main player, their Spanish international as well, is also out. He's been out for a long time. The number 10. Can't pronounce his name, but he's a good player. So Real Sociedad, I mean, we don't really know much about them. Obviously, they sold their main striker to Newcastle early in the season. They're not really banging many goals, but there's a guy in midfield that I really do like who scored against us last time. His name's Nunez. Is it Nunez or something? Nice, talented midfielder. He plays nice and compact. Yeah, but I can't remember his name. Now. I haven't done my research that much, but yeah. Sociedad, talk to me, Mr. B. What do you think of them?
I'm still worried, Omundi. I'm still worried. Everybody raises their because everybody raises their game against Man United. The fact that Silva's not played means that there's somebody else playing in his position. With Silva, we probably would have known more his game, his specific strengths and weaknesses. Obviously, they've done their scouting, granted. I'm happy that they have lost their last 2 games. I didn't realize that, to be honest. I just looked at their league position and thought, okay, same as us in regards to how their table was set out. I'm still worried. I would have rather they had not a full strength, but with so many players missing, I don't want the players to become complacent. I don't think they will. They shouldn't do with the way that Ten Hag's got them playing and the attitude, but I want their heads to be on. And the fact that Silva's not playing might make them drop off their, just that level of, I don't know what the word is, when you know you're up against a dangerous player, you've got that fear, you've got that, I don't want them to be lulled into a false, I don't want them to become complacent, man.
Yeah. I think there's a lot to play for, like you say, because we want to top the group, we want to get revenge, and it's a good opportunity to take care of them. Silva is a class player. We have to agree that he's one of the most talented players we've seen in the Premiership ever, and in Europe as well. So he's done really well in the UK, and going back to Spain, he's cruising out there. It suits his pace of game, and he's really instrumental for them. So him being out is key. Just want to say thanks to you guys in the comments, because there's a couple of questions here, but our man Matthew Bassett has named the guy I forgot about, Orazabal. He's the guy who's been out for a long time now, but he's someone who's really key for them. He's a number 10, or he can play wide, really skillful player, and he's a Spanish international. So they've been missing him, that's for sure. And Matthew Bassett's just enhancing what we were saying earlier about they play 3 number 10s, quite narrow behind the 2 strikers. Similar to Villarreal, what we encountered against Villarreal as well. So there you go. And a question for you from Andy Long. How you doing, Andy? Mr. B is asking, should Donny get some minutes?
Yes.
Explain why. Why you say? Why do you think Donny should get minutes then?
So look, I'm saying burn players out because of the World Cup, and now I'm going to say Donny needs game time. Some of our players probably need a rest. It would be interesting where he plays. I'm expecting to see him more on the Villa game at the weekend. Okay. But if he can get 10 or 15 minutes, then he's probably not going to come off if we're still in the game. If there's still something riding on the game, if we're 2 up, but then what result? Oh, look, we'll talk about the results. We'll talk about score predictions towards the end. I'm not going to go into that just yet.
No, you set it up nicely.
Oh, show, bloody hell. Wow, flipping it. Just like that. Look, wasn't even me. I'm 1-0's not enough on Monday, but 2-1, I'm hearing could be enough.
We need 2 clear goals.
But I'm hearing that if we score 2 away goals, then and if we win 2-1 and it's 2 away goals, or 3-2, because we scored more away goals on the head-to-head.
Right.
I mean, obviously we need a win, and we would rather 2 goals. But if it's 1 goal, 2-1 is better for us, or 3-2 is better for us than 1-0. 1-0 gets us out. Gets us, keeps us in the same place. So can we score? Think we can go Sociedad and score 3? Is that too hopeful?
With their injury issues, I think so. What do you think? That's what's most
3-1. 3-1.
3-1.
I mean, that's
guys, can we confirm? There's 12 in the comments. Can we just? Is it true, Mr. B saying? Can we win with 2 away goals and win 2-1? How's it going to work for us? Do we have to win by 2 clear goals? Because I'm clearly not sure. I'm getting confused now. Just going to go through a couple of comments here. Andy, again, is saying Eric Ten Hag won't let our focus drop. So we talked about complacency earlier with Mr. B. Stuart Marshall thinks it'll be 3-1 win. Honest Believer at 2-0 says HG Gamer, that's the right result. MEFC says 4-1 on Thursday. We're taking top spot. That's important, yes. Matthew Bassett saying we need to make sure we have cover defensively, playing against 2 strikers, so we can go one up when defending. Okay. Emma K is saying I want us to destroy them for that awful penalty last time. MEFC saying Donny doesn't do anything when he gets minutes. That's another show. No, save Donny for the Coca-Cola Cup. That's a little joke there from Stuart Marshall. For you, Mr. B, and your Coca-Cola Cup. It's probably a cup you've got in your cupboard. You got Matthew Bassett saying we need to win by 2 clear goals. Okay, so there you go, 2-1, 3-1, 3-0. Bill Baggio. He's actually telling you Ronnie's going to score 2 with Ericsson free kick. Andy Long said, I suppose we settle for a 5-0 win. And a couple more. MUFC saying, Mr. B, I told you to score for Thursday, 4-1.
4-1.
And the way goals isn't a thing anymore. So just confirming that. So guys, yeah, we're all confident we're going to get the win. I think the confidence comes from them being on the slide at the moment with their injuries. They haven't got a huge squad, but they are sitting there in 5th place in the league, the domestic league, which is commendable for them. I want to just throw this out.
Are you more confident this game than the last one when we played Sociedad?
Well, I didn't know what we were encountering. I think when we played Sociedad the first time around, I thought, okay, they've just sold their best striker to Newcastle. I thought at home, I expect us to win. And I'm sure the manager did too. That's why he made a few sort of rotations with the squad. And it turned out to be like a slap in the face, really, because they kind of controlled the game, as you expect them to do. But we didn't have that punch. And I think, as you know, 5 weeks later, or however long it is, we're developing week by week. Every training session that we have, we're developing as a team. So I'm more confident now, even though it's away from home, plus they got the injuries, that we can get the result that we need to top the group, which is really important. Paul Turner is asking here, hope to see more Garnacho, Mendes, that Sociedad midfielder. I think Kubo is one to watch. Who's actually injured, I think Kubo is. Yeah, we have to take advantage of that, guys. 2-0 says UK Strange. Bath Time saying, oi, oi. Just want to say big up to Bath Time. Everyone in the comments, guess what? Bath Time will be at the game at Sociedad. So look out for him. If you can see him in the stands or whatever. Or look him doing a streaking or something, whatever he decides to do if he drinks too much. UK Strange saying, we are better as a team, and I think we can take care of business. So, yeah, we do develop, don't we? Mr. B, we're going to sign out there. Last word to the fans and, give us a rousing speech about what you think is going to happen and why it's so important to top the group.
Well, already we need to top the group. 1 for pride, 2 for prestige. Yeah. I am expecting a very controlled Ten Hag performance. I don't see, even with the changes that we will make at the back, one specifically, and our midfield, if Solo's 11 comes through, I'm confident whatever team he pulls out, we will go through. We will top the group. We're already through. The pressure's off, but yeah, top the group. So I'm quite confident.
It's important, I think, we can get our Man United agenda cameras at the stadium, and we can play spot the ball, as in spot Darren, or spot bath time for Friday night takeaway. Which box would it be in? Let's look out for that. That would be a good idea. Friday night spot bath time at the stadium. That's the one. Then the guys are teasing bath time in the comments. So big up. Don't forget tonight, guys. We're doing remember the game against West Ham. Myself and bath time be at 10 p.m. I want all 12 of you who are watching right now to come along and support the eye test. But and don't forget tomorrow night as well, 8:30, we'll be doing a show. And there's a live watch long. Remember, the game kicks off at 5:30.
Oh my God, Spurs are losing.
Spurs are losing.
Is that real?
They're coming to Europa. They are coming to Europa. Welcome,
Please,
Spurs.
Dear God. Please, dear God. Guys, if Spurs lose, just tune into Paxton Road later and give them a little bit of abuse.
Guys, we're going to sign out. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Don't forget GMS Global Mapping Surveys. Support the Man United Agenda. They're our main sponsor. Sorry about the lack of graphics and everything today, but it's just a short show just to give you a little preview about what's to come. And as Mr. B is so happy and so confident, I'm going with Mr. B as well. I think we will get the 2 goals and we will top the group and represent and show that we started badly, but we improved and corrected our mistakes and go there and beat them. On that note, we're signing out. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we are the Man United Agenda, and we see you at 10 p.m.